Welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be looking at conditional formatting. It is one of the best tools or features when you if you're working on data visualizations. Okay. First, we're going to be looking at some of the basic features, and we will look at highlighting or maybe move from basic to a little more advanced conditional formatting methods. First, let's look at some of the basic stuff. So, what does conditional formatting do? Or maybe let's start from what is formatting. Formatting is basically beautifying your data, changing the color of the cell or the font or making it strike through, making it bold. So that's formatting. And what is conditional formatting? Formatting based on a condition. So that's conditional formatting for you in a nutshell. Okay, so in this case, let us look at some of the data that we have here. I want to highlight my values here. Maybe I'm going to start with I want to highlight my top three values from my totals here, from my total. And what is my total? My total is the quantity versus unit or multiplied by the unit price. I want to find out, I want to highlight the top three values from here. Please remember, before applying conditional formatting, you need to select your completed data where you want the conditional formatting to be applied. So in this case, I want the conditional formatting here on total. I'm going to go to conditional formatting, and here I have the top bottom values. Okay, and what is it that I want to do? I want to highlight the top, not 10 items, but 3 items. But however, this is what I need to choose. And here now I can change. If I want to highlight the top three values, you will see if I make that 3, in the back end you can already see that it's kind of getting highlighted here. How is it getting highlighted with? So what is it doing? It is looking at your data and looking at the top three values. It is going to format that with a light red fill, and these are some of the predefined formatting that is there. I want to maybe just say I want to make this in a light red fill. If I click OK, now you will see there's a light red fill that is applied here. Now, let us also highlight. Now, in this case, I also want to highlight maybe certain value, and I don't not the top 10 values, but I want to determine what values I want to highlight. Okay, in that case, I'm going to select my unit price. I want to apply the conditional formatting here. I'm going to go to conditional formatting. So this is there, right? So you have top values, no, top 10 items, top 10 percentages, all of that is here. Now I want to be highlight based on certain values, and if it is greater than what, let's assume in this case I want to highlight those cells which are greater than 5,000, greater than 5,000 with a specific color. Maybe I want that yellow filled with dark yellow text, and you will see it is highlighted. And I also want to highlight maybe certain values. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. Now, I want to highlight values that are between a certain range. Okay, so what will I do? Again, select my data. I can click on conditional formatting, highlight. And now I can also choose the between. Right. And what is it that I want? Maybe I want to highlight cells that are between 2000 to what? To 5400. Right. And how do I want it to highlight? Maybe I want to highlight that green filled with dark green text. Click OK, and you will see. So now you understand that you can apply conditional format, multiple conditional formatting on the same data set. So this is my second set. If I want to highlight the third one, I'm sure you've guessed it by now. I'm going to go here, click on this highlight cell that are, let's say, less than. I can still go with between and all of that, but if I want less than, then I'm going to say less than. And you can see I want to highlight those cells that are maybe less than 2000 in a specific one. Okay, in what color? Maybe in this case I'm going to say custom formatted, and I want to make that in blue. Click OK, click OK, and now you will see all those values which are less than 2000 or 2000 is highlighted with a specific color. This will help you to easily determine kind of visualize your data better. And it can also apply with filtering your data. I've applied a filter using the shortcut key Control Shift L. Now you will see I can also filter by color here. If I want to look at only the yellow, you can see that, or if I want to look at only the blues, I can do that as well. So this is another advantage of kind of formatting your data. Okay. I also want to highlight cells that are duplicate. Now, I don't want to delete them. I don't want to remove them. I just want Excel to kind of highlight any duplicate values that is there. So I'm going to select my data again, go to conditional formatting, and you will see highlight cells which are duplicate values. Okay, click OK. There are no duplicates here, so that's why nothing is highlighted. Let us see if there is any names that are no, that are duplicate. Again, I'm going to select my data, go here, look at highlight cells, duplicate values, anything there? Nope, looks like there's nothing there. Just and let us try that now with our region, and you will see, or let's try that with product category. I'm going to select that, highlight cell values which are duplicate values, and there you go. Whatever is highlighted are duplicate values. So only electronics, office supplies, and grocery are unique, which means they're not repeated. Everything else is repeated. So that's when it comes to data. Okay, let me now, I want to remove all these conditional formatting. So there are two ways to do it. Maybe for example, I'm going to select this. One way is I can go to conditional formatting and you will see clear rules. And there are two options here. One is from a selected cells or the entire sheet. So if I do selected cells only from that particular selected cell, the conditional formatting is going to be removed like it obviously states. And then if I want to remove from the entire sheet, I just select entire sheet, and all the conditional formatting that is being applied is going to be removed from here. Okay, so it also works. Now let's also highlight based on uh, text. And what does it say? Text that contains. What does it contain? Let's assume I want to highlight those that contain south, and you will see, you can already see the problem. What was the mistake that I did? I didn't select the complete data range. Okay. So that's a common mistake that happens. So ensure that you select the complete data there, and then Alt H L. Okay, so that opens my conditional formatting. Alt H L, and then what do I want? I want to highlight cells that are text that contains. Okay, and moment I do that, okay, it automatically is highlighted as south. Click OK, and you can see it works. So the conditional formatting also works on text values. Okay. So this is some of the basic features of the conditional formatting.